So hi, it's me again, and Thanksgiving came up, and Christmas is about to come up. I can't help but feel this weird thing in my gut where everyone in my family, including people who are younger than me, some that are like 19 or 20 years old, and the youngest in our family right now, well, not youngest, but teenagers who have my two teenage, I guess, second or third cousins would have girlfriends. My other cousins, one's married, the other is also married, and I forget how old he is. Like they got married at he got married at 17 or 18. And everybody's married and they have children, and I'm kind of the only one that's single. And it feels kind of weird. I mean, nobody pressures me to go out and find somebody, but at the same time it just feels so weird. Like I feel like life is passing me by. I mean, it seems like it's always this problem with like when I was younger, I preferred trying to have like online relationships because I couldn't find anybody in the area. I feel like a lot of men are just really undesirable in this area I live in, and it's just, or nobody reaches my ideal, It's really frustrating on my end, but maybe it's because I never really truly had a really good relationship. My first relationship, official real life relationship, was probably when I was a freshman in college, and I ended up dating somebody, and it lasted 6 weeks. I refused to do the hanky-panky with him, so I think that was the reasoning for him breaking up with me. He broke up with me in a text message. So he didn't live too far from me. So I ended up in tears, and I was ugly crying. And I went to his apartment and said, why are you breaking up with me? And he said, "Guess I got some stuff I need to fix." Of course you do. Anyways, then I ended up falling in love with somebody who was in the same church, was of the same faith, and at the same time we both like anime. And he didn't like me back, and he didn't tell me he didn't like me, or didn't tell me up front, I'm interested in somebody else. I guess he was a coward. And then have the audacity to invite me to his wedding when I found out through an acquaintance friend that he was getting married. Yeah. Then I suffered with a crisis in life later on, and then tried to date, did Christian mingle. That was an epic fail. Then I had some relationships in real life, and some of them ended up being crazy, or not having a job, or just people. They really needed to grow up and deal with their own stuff, because I was too overwhelmed by it. It seems like it's always guys who like me don't like me back, but they're not attractive or interesting. Then I remember one guy who it was at work, and he kept on going to work, and I remember one time he tried to whisper in my ear, and I forget what it was, saying hello or something, and it was so creepy. It was in my ear. I'm like, ew. He still didn't get the hint. He eventually later on found me on Facebook and tried to talk to me, and I blocked him. He seriously could not take a hand. Oh my God. He was not attractive. I didn't find him remotely interesting. There was nothing of value I found in him. It was really aggravating with that guy. So, I'm okay with being single, but a lot of my new friends that I've gotten to know, they're either at one point engaged, then got married, then there's other people that are married and they have kids, and I feel so left out. I feel so behind in life, and I feel like I haven't fully grown up yet. And some of it is because I feel anxiety and I want somebody perfect, and I don't know what to do with myself, other than just focus on my career and keep my head low and try to get by at the moment. It's really hard. And then there's times where I think about when my parents passed away. Everybody's going to pass away. Well, who's going to take care of me? And then there's so many things I'm worried about concerning, how things are run. And I don't feel like I've fully grown up yet. And I'm scared. And I hate it. And then I probably, as I get older, just have to settle for somebody and just have him just for companionship and no attraction. We're just roommates, and that's the other fear I kind of concerned myself over. So I kind of think sometimes I throw myself into these ideals in like anime and all that, or any type of form of media that those are ideal qualities in a guy, but but that's kind of unrealistic in some sense, I guess. But yeah, it's a bummer, because I guess because now I also realize I'm too independent, but I'm also needy, and I don't want to show my neediness. And then I feel like insecure about being needy, and I just feel really unlovable by any guy that would find me remotely attractive, because maybe they're not attractive or they have so much garbage that I'm just not willing to deal with it. I do think that some of it is because I'm too independent too, but really deep down I don't want to show it, is I really am, and I don't want to get into a relationship where my neediness could be, well, the light went off, where my neediness could be taken advantage of, or I fear abuse. I remember also one guy that tried to ask me out, and it was really awkward, and we were in church. I didn't find him remotely attractive. I was not picking up any hints or signals at all, but I didn't feel like, I didn't feel attracted to him, because, we didn't share this. So I feel that need to really just keep my head low and work on myself, I guess. I don't know. I struggle with finding a job full time, and I'm thinking I'm always in survival mode and I'm not able to rest sometimes. But I also, at the same time, I want to be creative and in a creative field, but at the expense of forming my career. I was never really forming good relationships with people. So I think not being popular and not really connecting with other people, because I was so introverted and alone, and being an only child, and I struggled with that loneliness. And I think maybe that's it. This is something heavy, and at one point, I remember when I was really heavy hit in love with somebody that, he didn't love me back and decided to get married and to somebody else, and, not really giving me an answer. I felt this feeling of just wanting to die. I wanted to drown myself. I remember when I had COVID, my new friends who I met at church were, I found out eventually that they were moving away. And I wanted to take pills, and I wanted to take a noose around my neck and hang myself. Because that's how much alone I felt. And I was lucky enough to really get out of my shell and actually go to another group in church. And I eventually opened up about that many months later, how the group actually helped me. But still, that feeling of when am I going to grow up? When is things going to be stable? And sometimes it's just not an easy question to answer, because like churches revolve around families and community and stuff like that, and it doesn't seem to keep the single person in mind. And I don't want to be in the position of getting so desperate I end up in a terrible relationship or in a loveless relationship in the first place. But knowing my dumb self, I probably would end up in a loveless relationship. I mean, that's all, and that's pretty much how I feel. But anyways, yeah. So, you can leave a like, comment down below if you want. So, I'll see you later. Bye.